Hey everybody, it's Peter. It's Friday night, which means it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. night. Tonight is episode 7, Together or Not at All, or Who Saves Who? Because in this episode, we got the band back. We got the gang back together. Try not to be too spoilerish because there is lots to cover, but I'm just going to basically go through mostly how most of the actions are going. This is basically, the entire episode basically. So the gist of most of this episode is the team's just trying to escape. Okay, once we're together, how do we get out of here? What are we going to do? Where are we going to go? How are we going to do this? We start off with Gemma, Fitz, and Daisy. We were basically picking up for where we left off last episode. An addendum, I thought Gemma actually slit Cassius's throat. She didn't. She got just clipped in the face. But everybody's still into little groups. So we've got those three on their own. We cut back over to what's going on with Cassius. He's getting his face fixed. His brother, who's taunting him. His brother's name is Falnak. But doesn't really matter because, slight spoiler, brother doesn't make it this episode. A lot of people actually don't make it this episode. A lot of Kree are not going to make it to the end, which is good because nobody likes the Kree. So the three of them trying to escape. Then we cut back. Falnak is taunting his brother. Falnak says, well, I brought my big guns over here. So you got this mohawk-looking Kree. Has these little funky knives he likes to run around with and kill people. But another thing the Kree like to do is, well, if we're going to fight somebody and they're a certain type, we like to fight them or hunt them with their own equipment. So there's this whole table laid out with all these goodies, all that sorts of, well, even more ancient to them, like bolt action. Looks like a Mauser rifle with a bayonet on it. So we're talking like, older stuff. There's also like Desert Eagles and all sorts of handguns and machine guns and all sorts of goodies. Falnak just tells this guy, okay, you're going to go hunt. And by the way, you're going to take Shannara with you. She's going to work for me now. And Cassius is like, no, you're not taking her. That's my girl. You can't. You know what? You're not in charge right now. I'm in charge. Sending those two off to go hunt everybody else down. Then we finally catch up with Coulson and the gang. So we got Coulson, Yo-Yo, Mac, and now Flint. And then through a series of events, basically everybody gets back together. Also, Deke finally shows up. I totally forgot about that probably a couple episodes ago that Coulson had actually locked and soldered Deke into his cabin because he was betraying everybody. So he bumps into Daisy, Fitz, and Gemma in the hallway, and then Daisy's like, well, yeah, we're not going to hang out with you because you sold me out, and says, hey, that was my plan. I got you in. Okay, you got captured, but you found your friend Gemma, and then Fitz showed up, so you're all back together again, so my plan worked, right? So they're kind of like, okay, you're coming along, but we're keeping an eye on you. So they all make it back. Still, in the meantime, too, dodging bullets. They actually do bump into, I called him Dog. I didn't know what his name was because, again, too, he's a character. He's a write-off character. Some of the Kree might as well be red shirts in this episode. Falnak's a heavy guy. He goes running around with an assault rifle. In one confrontation, he actually clipped Fix in a shootout. They manage to get away, and then they finally hook up with Coulson and the gangs. We're all together. What do we do? How do we get out of here? Just before the big plan, which is about halfway through, Flint, for some reason, takes it upon himself to figure, okay, we got to do something, and then Mac goes looking, and Flint's gone. What happened to Flint? Well, Flint decided to turn himself in, but not really. He confronts the Kree that we saw earlier, where they were getting the young people together to do the Inhuman test. So he's turning himself in. Oh yeah, please don't hurt anybody on my behalf. And they search his pockets and they put these little rocks on the floor. That's all they could find, his pockets. So we know where this is going to go. And he says, it's really good that you're turning yourself in. Oh, but that's not my real plan. And of course, he makes the rock into a pointy rock, kills the big red Kree. And as he's doing that, then Daisy and Coulson, whatever, they shoot it out, and they save Flint from the bad guys. So finally, okay, fine. You did a noble thing. Now let's get back out of here because we gotta get out. And then they thought they'd be smart. Where okay, we've locked the door. How do we keep the Kree out? Well, Flint does his thing and he piles a pile of rocks on the door. And if you've seen one of the teaser trailers, it's just like, oh, we got the door locked. The Kree will never come in here. Ha ha ha. The Dog the Bounty Hunter Kree shows up and he has some kind of a special air rifle that can punch holes through the wall. And then Coulson's just like, well, so much for that plan. And this was a cool line, too, that Coulson said after when they're trying to figure, okay, now how are we going to get out of this room we're stuck in? Ends up, he says, like, yeah, we got a bunch of secret agents here. We got a superhero, and we got scientists. One of you guys got to come up with a plan. So Deke chimes in and says, okay, I got my little anti-gravity device. What we can do is there's an air shaft here that'll take us up, and we can grab ships and we can get out of here. So he's about to go first. Like, and everybody's like, oh, no, you don't. This is what you did last time. Everybody's going to go through. Deke's going to go last. And when they're finally gone, and then by the time the Kree break through, they've escaped. Now, while they're trying to, punch holes in this wall, Sonara's got her own ideas, which was kind of cool. Blue Dog, the bounty hunter, he's like punching holes. And then he sets a charge to blow at the wall. He's about to blow the wall, and of course, really cool scene. And I have, because she had to look at her face like, something's up. So they blow through the wall. Blue Dog, the bounty hunter, falls down. And of course, because Sonara hits him with her blue balls, kills him, goes through, they're gone. What happens? Oh, she goes back to talk to Cassius and says, like, yeah, sorry they got away, but hate to tell your brother, but I killed your man. He's going the whole time. Falnak, he's just like, oh yeah, see, that's what you need. I need somebody to work with you. The brother's on this big rant about, father never liked you and I'm better and you're no good and whatever, and I can use this person on my team, blah, blah, blah. The whole time he's talking with her, he's not noticing. She keeps looking over his shoulder. She's just like, yeah, you keep talking, big man. Yeah, you talk. And I knew something was going to happen. I thought either she's going to do something with her mental powers, like maybe she's going to pick up a gun, or, there was the thing with the bayonet, because we saw that. Oh, maybe she's just going to pull a Magneto and stab him with something. It's like, no. Cassius grabs the rifle with the bayonet. Bayonet's his brother. Again, he's going, oh, you had to stab me in the back, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going to stab you from the front, too. Now we're going to go after Daisy and the gang. We're going to bring back the Destroyer. We're going to get off this rock. We're going to go see my father. And then I'm going to live the life of Riley. Back to the gang. They're now in the hangar deck. Oh, yeah, before they actually get out of there, Flint says, no, you guys escape. I got to help my people. I can't just take off with you guys because, the Kree are going to beat everybody else up on my behalf. So in the turn of events, I didn't see this coming. Mac and Yo-Yo decide to stay behind with young Flint and say, like, no. And Mac said, remember, I got you back. We don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to cause a minor rebellion or something like that. But basically, we've got at least these three are going to go off and do their thing. So Coulson and the gang are now, okay, let's grab one of the ships. And it's like, well, Deke, can you fly? Like, no, I just run around, I do stuff. I'm a scrounger. I'm not a flyer. And they were going to take Flint, but then Flint said, no, I'm going to stay behind. So they lost their pilot. And then it's like, okay, well, Coulson's like, gee, I guess I could fly. I thought Daisy actually had some piloting skills, but I guess I'm wrong. And they figured, okay, we're going to head for the surface because the Kree never go on the surface, and also because the big bug monsters are up there too, so no one wants to go up there. In between all this too, we cut back a couple times to up on the surface, and then all of a sudden we see Enoch. So I guess I thought something else was up with Enoch previous episode too, because he went all blue-faced, but I guess because he's not. And he stated again, I think he's some kind of non-corporeal being. He just has a solid form, but he's not really a humanoid of such. So he maybe has shape-shifting abilities. He bumps into May, finds her, and then she's like, well, who sent you? And she's like, Fitz sent me. Fitz is here? Like, Enoch saves her from the bug monsters. She's just like, what, you're a robot? And he says, like, no, I'm so-and-so from here. And he gives his little spiel about where he's actually from. And there's supposed to be some gravity storm that's going to mess things up. And it was hard to see because the way the action was shot, I thought it was like the Kree were doing something, but actually it wasn't, because getting a little ahead of myself now. So to end it all off, Coulson and the gang, Coulson figured, okay, well, I can fly my little car. I guess I can fly the ship. So he flies it along, and they ended a bit of a cliffhanger. They're about to crash for some unknown reason, I guess, or they're trying to land on the surface. Of course, he doesn't know how to land because this is basically a spacecraft. It's not, it's not good for Atmo, as you would say in Firefly. And they were left with that. It looks like they're going to crash. Cut the commercial. That's the end of the episode. And then a quick point of the tag at the end. May wakes up. Enoch's looking over her. And then what happened? Oh, yeah, we survived the storm, etc., etc. Well, who saved us? And then two people with faceless masks and goggles on. We don't know who these two people are. And then the third person comes through saying, oh, I've been waiting for you all this time, and holds out their hand, and the older woman actually has the little carved Robin. So it's Robin, the little girl who was the seer that we saw not since Rewind. Again, this episode wasn't bad, wasn't great. So again, like I always put out to you guys, have you seen it? What did you think? Leave your comments down below. And as always, did you like my video? Did you not like my video? Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell, so you can get notifications, be reviews, a few times a week, plus other reviews. I just finished doing Amy's review. You can check that out. Leave a link there. Links, links everywhere. And as always, see you in the next one.